the weight, Dean of the Diplomatic Corps. So the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, Ben Mpoko, he represents all the different representatives of different countries in South Africa. And we are blessed by your presence. So thank you very much, sir. Now, DG, I need to indicate that you see starter, what we are having, warm-up things, chickens and the soup, sort of, wet our tongues. Next to me, I was seated next to Dr. Vijay Lochmun, who is the High Commissioner of Mauritius. Doctor, thank you very much. Now, I'm mentioning him in particular, DG. I was mentioning to him that in the regional adjudication, Mauritius actually got a prize. It won when the prizes were held. So Mauritius won, and it played a role. So thank you very much. On our behalf, we can also relay that to that. DG, we are approaching the practical part of the address that you gave here. You gave quite a good address, but now there is that summary of it in terms of images. And that is also the pinnacle of the function of coming to recognize the people that has brought us here. More would have been here, DG, but due to the challenges of protocol, taking care of ourselves, when you have a slight flu, you don't come. So we advise them not to come, but the ones that are here are cleared health-wise. And DG, I'm saying that openly because I know if I misstep it, firstly, DG is the spokesperson of cabinet. That will put me in danger because I'll be misrepresenting things. But the worst part is that the spokesperson of the president is also here, Mr. Tyrone Seal. Welcome, thank you very much. And we played a corporate video about GCIS. And somebody was asking me, said, but actually what GCIS does? What is its function? And I didn't have words to explain. Safe to say, I say, do you see the air that you breathe now? He said, yes. I said, the quality of that air that you can breathe, GCIS will tell you about it. I said, do you see the water that you drink? I said, the safety and quality of that water, GCIS talks about it. And I looked at him and I realized that she was having wine. I said, do you enjoy that wine? I said, yes. I said, it's South African wine. GCIS will tell you about those wines, where we make them. The food that you eat, to make sure that they meet the relevant safety standards, GCIS should talk about that. The guests that are here, GCIS is in custody of those as your ambassadors. So GCIS is the government communication services. We are responsible for the traffic that moves there. The candles that are on those tables, your smiles are our business for the country. Thank you very much. Another starter, the liquid side. And he said, but William, do you know God? I said, yes. What do you want to say about God? He said, I like that guy. I said, don't say that. We don't know whether he's a guy or not. He said, okay, I like him. But there is something that worries me. How God balances these things. Like now we are talking about social distancing and so on. I said, what do you mean? He said, look, the other day I looked at a huge tree, very huge tree. But it was having these small fruits. And I looked down on the ground, you were having these small threads with huge fruits. Like, a watermelon, you just find it on the ground, on the small thread, right? But when you look for a coconut, it's a small thing, but it's on this huge tree. And I asked him, I said, just imagine if we tell God to take this watermelon, because it's big, put it on this big tree so that you know things can be measurable. And maybe take this small coconut and put it on this thread on the ground. He said, I think it makes sense. I said, okay. I said, but imagine if then that watermelon can fall on your head, just like a coconut. What's going? He said, no, God is smart. This was going to kill me. So I said, no, maybe we should not argue on other things like that. DG, the winners that are here were not chosen by government. They were not chosen actually by GCIS. They were independent people who were behind this process. And allow me, before we invite you to the stage, DG, allow me to invite Ms. Amina Frenze, who has been in charge of this process on behalf. We are providing the secretariat. So to show that this was an independent process. Ms. Amina Frenze. I'm making sure, Amina, that the DG should not say we have manipulated things. We were not involved. We were not there. You were there. Tell them.
I see what you mean, DG, with the lights. Can't see anybody, but I can see the candles and I can see the light on the tables, on the faces. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for gracing the occasion. Thank you very much for your support. I have been involved for many years in the SADC Media Awards. We're celebrating 25 years, and I think we can clap on that. It's not... There's a lot of work being done. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes work that's being done, a lot being done by GCIS, that we need to acknowledge all the time. So that makes the work of the judges a little easier. All the administration of the entries and everything else, it's hard work to get, all the details, that they complies and so on, before we, the judges, are able to look at it and adjudicate. So I'm the deputy chairperson of the South African Adjudication Awards. I have some of my fellow judges sitting among you in the audience. We all come from professional fields. We have professional expertise of many years. And we are independent, as Mr. Baloy had said, and we're very tough in terms of adjudicating. But we want the stories, we want our stories, we want our African stories to be told by us. And I would like to continue inviting the support of my colleagues in the media and everywhere else in various departments to continue to support this process of inviting entries, and everything is based on excellence. Inviting entries, we can up the numbers, but also let us showcase the qualitative. I know that we are perhaps under-resourced in some of the media areas, but I think there's social media, and I think we can be very, very innovative to report on the criteria that is required for these SADC Media Awards. And it's quite simple, really. It's promoting regional integration. That is the big picture. We know the stories. We can think of stories right on our doorsteps, but we want to see them in our media, and we want to see them as entries to be adjudicated and also to be showcased in other parts of our SADC region. So to my fellow judges, they're a tough bunch, but we reach consensus in terms of what we want and what we need and what is quality and what stands up to the criteria. We disqualify many entries as well. And some people become despondent because they enter some people, not many, some journalists, and they don't win. Well, they need to look at the quality that we demand. The criteria are simple. I think we need to tell our African stories. So thank you very much. in advance for those who have supported us and are going to continue to support us. And to GCIS and our DG and DIRCO, Mr. Clayton Monyela, if I can't see him in this light, and everyone else involved. I'm not going to name everyone by name. There are too many angels in the SADC Media Awards. So on behalf of everyone, thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much, Amina. Can I take this opportunity to request the members of... Thank you very much. You know, you look so beautiful. The gentleman looks so handsome, the lady so beautiful, but Amina said you can be strict and you can disqualify. But thank you very much for the good work that you are doing, because the entries that you judge has make it to the province. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to invite the Director General of the Government Communication Services, who's also the spokesperson, to the front. And may I also request that the certificates be here. May I also request Amina Frenzy on behalf of the NAC to come join the DG at the front. Colleagues, remember I indicated that we are not the same. DG, the NAC, the one that is chaired by friends who is next to you, I always call her friends when I'm happy, adjudicated and decided to submit the 4 contestants for SADC. The contestants that made it through in the country, that they gave the right, are the ones that DG you are going to give certificates and recognize. I would start with Noma Bolani from the South African Broadcasting Corporation, whose entry was the runner-up prize in the television category in the regional competition. Unfortunately, due to COVID protocols and other commitments, she was unable to be here. But I'm told there is a representative from SABC who will be receiving the certificate on behalf of Noma Bulana. Ma'am, can you come? Ma'am, you will receive the goodies from the DG. What I'll request is that I know people think you don't smile. I know you are smiling inside the mask. So thank you very much, and may you also pass our sincere thanks and congratulations to Noma Bolani from the SABC. DG, we also have Zintle Dlamini, who won the runner-up prize in the print category after being judged. Zintle is unable to be with us. DG Zintle gave us permission that Ayanda Holo should receive the certificates on behalf. Ayanda. Ayanda, pass our sincere thanks to Zintle and our congratulations. For the first time, we made sure that the has borders. We have Lesotho, we have Swaziland, we have Mozambique, we have Zimbabwe, we have Botswana. Stories, good stories and others not good, but that interaction between us. Therefore, the community radio sector was able to put in a entry that the judges felt that this is an entry telling the stories of the region. On that score, we have Telu Musa, welcome Tombela, who won the runner-up prize in the radio category competition. Telu Musa joined us. Thank you very much, Telu Musa. Telu Musa is all the way from KwaZulu Natal. The Zulu you press it. KwaZulu Natal. And thank you very much. DG, the entry that I'm going to talk about was the entry that was recommended by the judges in South Africa, and they instructed. And that entry, DG, second prize, second in the photo category 6. I'm inviting Patrick O'Leary, who got a second prize in the regional competition of 16 countries and a prize. Thank you very much, Patrick. Dollars that were given. He was given, Patrick, should I say it or should I keep it a secret? They gave him $1,000 for winning that one. And thank you very much, DG, and thank you very much, Amina, for the good work. We thank you very much. This program, I will then request that because the food here, ladies and gentlemen, it's not a buffet. It gets cold. But maybe before we go for dinner, so that we can be able to, the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, because this is about regional integration, building the good stories and the good fences in our continent. I will request Ayanda to lead them. We have prepared the flags, courtesy of DDG lead, and then we'd have a good photo opportunity so that they have proof, Patrick. I know you do take photos, but we want to take your photos today.